This is their first attempt at audio commentary of, well, one of my favorite games, Midnight Mutants. Back when I was little, you know, weren't with the Atari 7800, there's not a lot of games that have an ending to it, or for that matter, seem to be all that interesting sometimes. It's mostly arcade games where you just play the same level over and over again. Here you had like you go to Mansion, Donkey Kong had a variety of levels at least, but Donkey Kong Jr. Don't forget that. And I'm digressing a lot. Anyway, first, a lot of the directions on how to beat this game are actually in the manual, although a lot of it is not mapped out properly. You can get lost in these things. First thing you always need to do is get the knife. You're not going to be able to get, well, you might be able to get to something else without the knife, but you're going to be probably dead before you get anywhere in the game without a knife. You just need the knife to get to the cross in this room. You can stab plants with it, but that's about all you can do with it. It's not that big of a deal. If you try to go forward in the game without the cross, I've actually experienced like hordes of bats in your way, and you suddenly like have a hard time not dying from bats. So they kind of force you to do that too, a little bit. The rest of the game, for the most part, like once you get past the first boss, for the most part, you can do almost every step in any order you want, except for maybe the second boss, of course. But just hug the trees here. You may need to use the knife on some wolves. If you go further down and an insect gets in your way, and there's a wolf on top of you, the insect can end up absorbing the knife, and you're kind of, yeah, you don't have that much health. So then we're going to go to, and I should probably be switching up to the cross, because the knife's not going to be useful. The knife doesn't hurt zombies at all, you kind of just have to run away from the zombies. Here's a well, you use that whenever you want to. Didn't really have any health missing, it's just all blood purity. Blood purity in this game is a bit annoying. Later you'll be able to get rid of the damage, but for the most part, there's like no way to increase it. Your potions, really, you got a few potions lying around, and that's about it. Whereas health, you can find a diamond, get a full health. You got health well, and bring yourself to however much health you need, and something just happened, like a glitch or something. Okay, let's go back. Also, notice that there is one bush without a shadow. That is the exact bush you have to go down, just in case you try to like play this game. You need to go down the bush without a shadow. It's listed in the manual. There's one bush without a shadow. Go down here. It took me ages to figure this out. I ended up going to the second boss before the first boss, actually, a lot when I was younger. I was like, why is the axe not working against this guy? I should be able to kill him. And then you look at the manual and it's listed, oh, this is the second boss. Well, how do I get the first boss? It didn't seem tremendously clear. It was like sitting there going, there's a bush without a shadow. Here. Oh well. Anyway. There's like stories behind all of these bosses. In fact, every boss apparently has... Yeah, there's wolves. Every boss apparently has like a backstory that includes Dr. Evil, which is the ultimate bad guy. And this is pretty easy. Avoid the weird chemicals coming out of his eyeballs. Or whatever that is. If you're noticing little lines at the bottom of the screen, usually that's not visible. It's, I think, used as an extension of memory, sort of like a trick. Like, well, here's something that the user won't see. It'll keep a memory spot, and so we can just kind of use that as memory or something. Seem to have some relation to what's actually on the screen, but I mean, Not many games have that kind of weird looking thingamabob at the bottom. Alright, yeah, it's pretty easy. You see the enemy, well, let's take a look at the screen. They have a score for some reason. You're gonna discover the score is pretty much meaningless. By the end of the game, like, they give you like an additional 900,000 points for some stupid, well, like when you beat the game. So the only way to get a high score is obviously to beat the game. Up the top, you saw some symbols that are now disappearing. You have to smack the ram in the middle horn, and now you have a bunch of butterflies coming out of a skeletal ram's head. It's a little, and they just like scramble the picture a lot here. That's his death sequence. Woo. Okay, now, yeah, bosses are actually the easiest way to get your purity up because they bring it to 100% purity. I also had bad experiences with if you use too many diamonds, you can actually lose health maximum. It's kind of rare for that to happen, but it can. Well, I mean, you have to just sit there and get all of the diamonds probably, and then take the boss. And yeah, this boss was so easy, but now, oh crap, I don't have any health hardly. Yeah, this is. Oh. Yeah, these guys are kind of wusses. Not gonna bother with them. Run around. If you try to get into this door earlier, it would just say there's a magical force preventing you. Basically, that's the only thing that's in the game that seems to really prevent you from going anywhere. It's kind of odd, but I want to experiment later to see if I can actually get through to the Mega Blaster. Because there's a way to go from the cabin to the mansion through using the caves. But I haven't had the patience to do so yet. It's very maze-y in the caves, and unless you really know exactly where you're trying to go, you're going to get lost. For the most part, the caves, you just need to know where the Mega Blaster is and where the necklace is. And you don't really need to bother with the cave. Oh, well, there's one diamond down there that you want to get. That's the easiest one to get. You have to enter the fireplace that was in the cabin and go right. Oh, wow. Anyway. Yes, you're going to notice that zombies will spawn behind you. To an extent, these spiky things, they will hurt you if you touch them, by the way, are kind of useful in slowing down the zombies and making it so they can't get to you. And like we're basically taking the wussy axe and trading it up for something that actually, like, you know, does something more than just you feel like you're like, there's an axe. There's an axe. Okay. Now this is called a blaster. I think they were too lazy to like put an actual picture. Oh, wait. No lantern. Oh, wow. That's something I forgot to do. Every time you enter a room, it's kind of all the zombies respawn. And this is actually kind of a fun room. Now you can see how useful the blaster is, because you can just like... Oh. Not all the zombies are that easy to kill. If I tried to get these guys, they would take an age, even with the blaster. I'm gonna have to get the Mega Blaster next. I'm gonna... Wait a second. Oh, that's right. I needed to get the key. I might as well do that now. Yeah, to get the second boss, you need a key. You can get this key at any time, and you can go to the second boss at any time. The problem is that if you don't have the blaster, you're not going to do any damage to him, at least from what I remember. I mean, you need at least the blaster. For the most part, the blaster and the Mega Blaster are identical, except the Mega Blaster is more rapid fire. I'm going to avoid that diamond for now. I just kind of want to leave that until when I get to the end boss. Let's just... Oh well. His history. This game was made in 1990. I wish I could say it's incredibly innovative, but I mean, isometric view is not new. And I believe Zelda was out before this. Yeah. So this is, and like some of these areas are not very linear. Let me get this cross out. I'm not going to shoot anybody here. A lot of these areas are very oddly shaped, I guess you'd call it. Okay, go down and go Black Hub. Oh look, there's a manager. Oh, I gotta go up by one. Oh, there's the exit again. Wait a second, I went down one, up two, and I got to the same place where I was. This is kind of how some of the logic in the area is. I'll probably get lost in the forest again because it's really annoying sometimes to remember how it's kind of like a combination lock. You have to figure out where you're supposed to be actually going from where you are. Yeah. We need to get over. Wait a minute. Why am I back here again? No. Wait. Yeah, forgot the lamp and it kind of messed me up. Just need to get over to the Mega Blaster. Anyway, yeah, just need to get over the Mega Blaster because caves. You can get, there's two things in the cave that are actually useful. There's the Mega Blaster and the necklace. The diamond isn't technically in the cave. You have to go through the cave to get to it. It's just that diamond that you saw like below the cliffs when we were going up on the edge of the cliffs. Yeah, when I was younger, I tried to get all sorts of hidden secret passage things out of this area because it's just crazy down here. There's actually a like outright dead end that they're throwing here. And the Mega Blaster is easy as pie to get to, and kind of just don't want to bother with these guys. It takes too many hits to shoot them up. You have to bother with these guys. This is annoying. They're gonna just kind of like walk up to you. They don't like. There's no like pain animation for any of these enemies. You kind of just they flash a little. Ooh. I'm gonna have to use a potion soon. Can I take another hit? Can I? Let's see if this guy. Okay, there we go. Now the Mega Blaster is gonna make it easier to get past these guys. It's still annoying. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to take a potion, take a potion, take a potion. Soon. Soon. Yep, take a potion. Take a potion. You know what, I'm just gonna be incredibly indecisive. I'll just take this potion. Or not. Or will. Or not. Anyway. So yeah, you can get the necklace now. I usually don't get the necklace this early on because look at my purity. Like, it's really hard to get through this without dying of blood purity. Yeah, Mega Blaster usually gets me down to like 50% or so, and I usually just have trouble just doing the necklace by itself. And if you can help it, you can just get past these guys. It's generally easier to not worry about them. You gotta sit here with your extremely narrow flank and get rid of those guys though. Oh, that's nice. Stand over there. Okay, you're gonna see some ghosts. Avoid the ghosts. They take away your maximum health. One thing I wanted to actually correct that a lot of people have a misconception of, this is not a game that just gives you one life. you can die, you can end up having one life because you die really early in the game. But if you get too far in the game, and you're very persistent with bugging Grandpa, he will offer to raise you from the dead. You'll lose a lot of your maximum health, so it'll be like getting slammed with that ghost for like 5 or 6 times, but you'll be able to get back up. And it won't be as frustrating. Now, keep in mind, this is if you die by health. If you die by purity, you're screwed. Sorry. Oh boy. Getting really low here. I don't think I even have a health potion anymore. Yeah, I don't have a health potion anymore. Used it already. Oh boy. Run away! Let's get... Oh, come on! Random dash. Okay, gotta avoid all the zombies now. And all the bats. And everything. Yeah, this is why I don't usually do this. That's really annoying. Just kind of have this little bit of purity. There's a potion in the caves, but I have to kill off another 2 of those green hunchbacks. I'm too good. Oh crap. Yeah, 3%. I'm putting this cross up because I might be able to raise myself from that. I might actually be able to demonstrate that here. If I really screw up and get hit by a zombie or something, but I think I'm home free for the most part now. Actually, yep. Okay, all I have to do is switch up this necklace. Hopefully no bats coming by when I'm just grabbing this. Oh look, now I won't ever lose any purity in blood, and now I will never die from bats or crows or anything else that is stupid or annoying. Okay, now let's go back up here because I need to get health up. We now have this little warp hole thing. It's fun. So we get to drink the well until they get to full health. Okay. Now we're probably going to want to have... I'm probably just going to have to get the potion from the crypt itself. There's not anything tremendously horribly hard about this game. It really just depends on how much you're willing to risk to get to take things, because usually I just go back, I go down to the caves, get the Mega Blaster, and come over here, hit the boss. Once the boss is done, I'll have 100% purity. And then I'll go back to the caves and I'll get the necklace. I think the necklace is... Oh, I hate it. It's kind of annoying that they sat there and they're like, yeah, we're not going to let you use the key. Here's the story for the second boss. It unfortunately takes a while. I can skip this, but I don't know, people might be interested in reading. And unfortunately, it has a lot of these conversations have delays. Like once we get to the end, we're going to see an interesting delay. He hasn't stopped talking until you see the end quote. Once you see that end quote, you know he's done. Yep, there's the end quote. Alright. Now, let's just not run into the ghost. There's a potion right here. Not running the ghosts. Not running the ghosts. Definitely not running the ghosts. And this guy can be a crapshoot a bit. For some reason, it seems like he gets stuck at the back. When you first encounter him slightly, you kind of saw him stagger slightly out. Sometimes he can get stuck there for a little longer. Usually having him further back is a little easier, although, man, he's shooting a lot of eyeballs today. Kind of odd. Your hitbox doesn't include your legs for the most part, so you can just kind of... I'm going to have to take the potion. Holy cow. Hopefully I can just get through this, because this is really... Just keep shooting a bunch of eyeballs at me. I usually don't have this much trouble. In fact, if I leave out the other run, you can just kind of watch that and see how I didn't use a potion for any boss. It's not that, usually not that hard. Did I like flick a difficulty switch on here or something? I don't even know if this game really uses difficulty switches. For this part, 7800 games kind of ignores difficulty switches because you just sit there and you're like, well, this is my menu. But they had to kind of leave it in for the 2600, and so like games like Tower Topple will include it as like a random cheat because there's hardly any 7800 games that were dealt with. Okay, now that we're done with the second boss, we're pretty much just going to go around and get a bunch of those diamonds. Because that way the third boss is easy as possible. Or as close to easy as possible as you can get. The music in this game isn't that annoying. It's not to me. It can be repetitive, but I mean it's a simple 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, and kind of annoying when you have to sit there and like wait for the game to spawn more zombies because it didn't spawn enough. Like, hey, I gotta kill all the zombies on the screen, but you didn't spawn them all. And I'm just gonna probably auto-fire pretty much wherever I'm going because there's no point. I don't have to pre-pressing the button down or anything. So, yeah. In the manual, the blaster has a pistol picture and the Mega Blaster has like a machine gun picture. Yeah, they probably were just too lazy to make an extra picture for this. I'm a little odd, like, I can't even tell you what the heck that is. It looks like a fireball almost, like, yeah. I believe this projectiles do the exact same amount of damage, just that it's more rapid fire, really. And here's another zombie. I really am not going to have to worry about health for a while. If I run out low on health, I just get another diamond. Because that's what I'm doing. Easy enough. 2 diamonds here. And I'm wondering if I can maybe just exit this way? Nope. Down. To the right. Yeah, at least some of the areas are sensible enough to not force you to, like, go around in circles for a little bit. I'm gonna have to kill another zombie somewhere. Zombie, 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 zombie. Zombie, zombie? Nope. The zombies? Oh, there you go. There are two of them. It spawned 1 zombie, but I needed 3. That's nice. You feel really tough. I don't feel like spelling tough. Yay. The ultimate Halloween nightmare, Midnight Mutants. Yeah, I like how it just like advertises itself in the middle of the game. Like, Dr. Evil lived on this estate many years ago, and these guys are annoying, and I don't have any point. There's no point in killing them. Like, you could kill them. Totally could. Doesn't do anything. Okay, we're gonna start on the right and just keep going left. I can skip over the crypt key room because I already rated that one. One thing I would notice about this is it kind of looks like that they code the head separate from the body. You'll notice occasionally like a head will just be like floating around next to a body that doesn't have a head. And that's kind of like the game being a little slow about getting the head to match up where the body's supposed to be. And it also allows them to do these exploding effects where the head just kind of whoosh. And you'll notice some of the zombies will have like cut off heads. Like you saw where with the pirate ship thingy. Oh, there's a potion that I don't need anymore. Okay. I'm gonna have to kill you twice because you keep respawning on me. Anyway, I'm gonna have to stop seeing you. Anyway, yeah, this Damon kept a collection of human eyeballs. Yeah, if I could run out of stuff, I could probably just keep reading off the top. Damon spent too much time in the crypt. Okay. believe that's the end of the diamonds in the mansion. There is one room that is completely empty and it's useless, and I don't know why. And we're gonna walk by it right now, just to the north there, or up, however you want to put it. Alright, we're pretty much done with the mansion. Whee! No more mansion, don't have to deal with the dock. So there's like only one thing at the dock anymore. Don't have to deal with about, I believe it's just need to go into the woods, really. So let's go to the woods. There's a waterfall. Let's save time. Okay, gotta go to the cabin. Gotta go in the cave briefly just to get myself some health. You know, it's kind of pointless because we're just gonna get him again. Get another full health diamond. And if you go up, or no, not if you go up. I think it's if you go down from here in the middle, it'll like throw you in an infinite loop until you decide you actually want to go somewhere that it actually wants to let you do. Because there's like nothing down there. It will just like loop you around. And you just notice that the zombies basically teleported from one side of the screen to the other. Yeah, that happens too. Alright, let's deal with this incredibly annoying forest. Okay, that was where the wormhole is. Let's see what's in here. Nothing. Okay. Next! Passage. Will be... guys. Cool. I've always thought those guys with the light bulbs on their heads. Wondered if they were like diamonds, flippy diamonds, or what. Kind of look like light bulbs, though. What's here? Yeah, it's a zombie. And nothing. That's wonderful. Oh, look, a diamond. I think there's only one diamond in the forest somewhere. Yeah, like, there might... I'm gonna just check, but... It's really hard to just surf through the forest because of the way it's so... samey looking everywhere. Pumpkin heads. You can get stuck on odd things. Yeah, that's basically the passage that goes to the cabin. Notice we didn't actually go down anywhere. Oh, well, this is the passage that goes to the final boss. I think we're just gonna take it. Because I think I was the only diamond that was in the forest anyway. And my health bar looks fine. Since I have a health potion, I'm going to just ignore these guys and not bother avoiding them because it's pointless. Ooh, you're not doing anything. Oh, radioactive is the I believe, producer? Radioactive apparently somehow was involved with this thing. I don't know if they exist anymore, to be honest. Probably don't. We actually have to kill all these guys. Sometimes these guys can get stuck in the, like, the eyeballs or the nose and skull right there. It's usually kind of hilarious. But they can still throw the pumpkins at you and, At least they can't just try to punch you in the face. Like that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, now, just like the top comes off. And this place is completely unfinished. I mean, seriously, look at it. It's like they applied the grass texture to certain spots, and then they just didn't have anything else. There's a placeholder right there for PA, or passage, I guess. Woo. That's the passage to the final boss. Once I get rid of all these guys, we can... Good baby, stop throwing... Anyway, we can totally go around this grass. I don't know why the grass is preventing me from walking around, but they are. Alright, then we got full health now. And now we get to shoot the final boss in the ear! Or, ears. Yes. Oh, just in case you didn't notice, the weak spot on the skeleton head was right behind the eyeball. It was like a spot right behind your eyeball. It's exactly it. That's why you can sort of be behind them when you move forward, or actually move forward rather. So, yeah. Whichever ear he's shooting bugs at you, oh, this is even more hilarious, is because, like, there's bugs coming out of his ears! Like, why? I don't know. I think they really just ran out of time here, because, I mean, this is kind of creative, but this is just weird. Although, you really should have a better pattern other than just moving side to side like that, and just looking weird. Really at you. Yeah, you notice that there is occasionally a bug or whatever that is, carnivorous tadpole, that occasionally just wanders by, and a dragonfly. Like, beetles and... Are those supposed to be like squids just coming out of his ear? I'm basically you're gonna have to keep shooting in the ear. Sometimes, you know, like, sometimes you can sort of just switch up his ears so you can just keep shooting him. The best way probably would be to do that, but it's a little hard to really avoid his attacks sometimes. Like, unfortunately, this is also a crapshoot. He kind of sometimes doesn't feel like shooting too many bugs, and then sometimes he does. Yeah, this is being annoying a little more hard than the last one was, from what I remember. Good gravy. Swarms of bugs coming out of your ears. I think you need to see a doctor, Dr. Evil. I think he's Doctor. Yeah, Doctor. Anyway. Yeah. I've not much else to say about this. I'm probably not going to have to use... I may end up having to use a potion. It really just depends on how many times you get hit, really. So I'm not in any danger here. Like, the hardest part of this whole run so far has been just getting the necklace. Because I just tried to do the necklace at the same time that I did this Mega Blaster. This would have been so much easier if I hadn't did that. Yeah. Wow, amazing, fantabulous, rad, awesome! Awesome! Yeah, you knew this is gonna be... And he's got more butterflies! And blaster shots are randomly going around. And he's getting scrambled again. Oh, and I just popped out and the zombie was right there. Look, there's a wolf. Oh look, this thing's slowing down because there's too many projectiles in there. I'm running away! You feel pressure on your brain. Okay. Radioactive! Oh, I skipped the skull part of all together. Yeah, all this non-linear thinking thing. And let's see if we get lost in the woods. Because we just beat the final boss, but it's not over yet. Now this was probably one of the most frustrating things when I was a kid. They never really told you where Grandpa was, basically. So you got this radioactive pumpkin, you're supposed to be able to go over and save Grandpa with it, I guess. I don't even know how that's supposed to work either. Even with knowing what you're supposed to do with it, it's kind of like, okay. I guess it's like one of those magical talismans, and you're like, hey, be not pumpkin. No, that's not the way. Or is it? Maybe? Possibly? Wrong one. Are you the way? Yep, there we are. This passage marks. I just have to turn left, and we're at the cabin. Although I don't think I really need to go to the cabin. I'll probably just take the cabin just to be safe. This is the cabin. Slug. More health. So yeah, notice I have 121,880 points. I have to get to the pumpkin patch. I mean, that was pretty easy to figure out-ish. again, it's kind of odd because... Oh, by the way, the biggest reason why you want the heart before you get to the final boss, because the final boss, his shots take out your purity like really quickly. And like I said, you can't augment that. You're like stuck with how much you have. Now, this is exactly where your grandpa is. Nobody tells you this. I mean, it looks conspicuous by being a pumpkin in the middle of a bunch of pumpkins, but nobody told you anything about where he was actually at. I mean, like I sat there, I was like, okay, so I'm supposed to be looking for the stuff I saw in the beginning of the game, but that doesn't really exist anywhere. Oh, what a relief! You saved me! And you wasted the wicked Dr. Evil! Very rad! Now I can get back to raising pumpkins! By the way, what took you so long? Anyway. That's the end.